Hello and welcome to Dishelved with Adam White. I have been tagged by Michael K. Vaughn on the Garbaugust Trashy Books tag. Uh, I didn't think maybe that I was so trashy with what I reviewed, but maybe I guess I am. Uh, I do like a lot of pulp stuff, and that's considered trashy, but I don't consider it trash because I like it. But he tagged me, is kind enough to tag me on it, so I thought I'd go ahead and try to put one together. It's not going to be that great a one because I just am not, um, I just can't read a lot of the trashy stuff like romance novels and things like that. Uh, I think of those as trashy, and I just can't read them. But I will do my best to do this tag and see where it gets me. So the Garbaugust Trashy Books tag. Number one, trashy books you are often dismissed by critics. What's a book regarded as trash that you think has artistic value? Well, I'm going to say, and this is something I don't consider trash, but uh, as has been discussed, books based on like film or TV properties or novelizations are considered trashy. Well, I think that Peter David's Star Trek books are excellent. They're not novelizations of, I mean, I think he may have done some novelizations, but he wrote original Star Trek books based in the Star Trek universe. And I guess a lot of people would just kind of dismiss those as well. They're just based on Star Trek, they're not in count. They're really excellent books. He did Star Trek New Frontier, which had his own. He kind of took some characters that were from the TV show that were just guest stars and stuff, and he put them together in a on their own ship and the Excalibur. And I thought those books were excellent. He's written tons of Star Trek books, and I think they're really excellent. And so that's something that I think critics would definitely dismiss that I would say are really good books. Critics often love books with extreme or challenging content. Which critically praised book did you think was trash? I don't know if it was necessarily critically praised, but I'm going to say Twilight because it was definitely a well selling book. So there's lots of people that like it. Uh, I actually read it. I've considered doing a thing on it because it was almost by accident that I read it, and I try to finish what I read, and it's a terrible book. Twilight is just god awful, and there's not a single redeeming feature of that book. Nothing happens in it. It is absolutely pointless. It just is really, really a really stupid book, and I hate it. So that would be that. Not everyone approves of trashy books. What book would you not read in public? Twilight. I wouldn't be caught dead reading Twilight in public. Books about killer animals are almost always trashy. What animal would you least like to be attacked by? Uh, Most recently, I've seen an alligator. I was on vacation and saw an alligator, and I'd really hate to be killed by one of them. I'd hate to be killed by a shark. I'm deathly afraid of snakes. Uh, so, I mean, take your pick. There's lots of things. I wouldn't want to be dead by any animal, really. Um, Trashy books often flourish in specific genres. What's your favorite trashy subgenre? Well, I'll have to agree with Michael K. Vaughn on this one. Sword and sorcery, definitely. I don't consider it trashy, but like he said, other people still consider it trashy. But I just love sword and sorcery stuff. Famous people love to milk their fans by publishing books. Which celebrity would you like to read a trashy novel by? I'm going to say Tim Thomerson. I love the Trancers movies. Two of those, in fact, were written by Peter David. He wrote 4 and 5, which are excellent. Those would be considered probably trashy movies or at least B movies, but I think that they're excellent. I love them very much. And I think Tim Thomerson is awesome, and I would read anything he put out. Trashy books often have the best covers. Which book on your shelves has the trashiest cover? I wasn't quite sure, but I found this one was probably trashy. I recently got uh, some old pulp, not pulp novels, but old paperback novels that were probably considered trashy. This would definitely, Tomboy would be definitely something that could be read for Garbaugust. Uh, I'm going to do a review on it at some point. I'm going to do a review on a lot of vintage paperbacks, this being one of them. And it has an introduction by Frederick Wortham, which makes it extra trashy. Uh, so this was the trashiest I could find of anything that I had close at hand. Trashy books often contain adult themes. What's a book you read before you were old enough to? The oldest book I can remember reading would be the novelization of RoboCop 2. I wasn't old enough to watch the movie. I don't know why somebody bought me the book, but it had language and sexual content and tons of violence. And it really surprised me when I read it that it had all that stuff in it. So, and it's a trashy movie novelization too, so it fits this book tag well. Okay. You were in a character in a shifter romance. What creature would you want you or your partner to shift into? I would want to shift into a dog because the way I take care of my dogs, I would love to be taken care of like that. Because um, uh, they just have a seemingly easy life. They get to hang around and do what they want, and they get to be taken care of and loved on and fed and walked, and just, I think it would just be great to be a dog. Uh, at least a dog in this house. So I'd have to say that. My second choice, though, would be a dragon. Somebody was talking about a dragon, I think Criminale, in a shifter romance. And if I could turn into a dragon, that would be really cool too, because some people that have things coming to them would get what's coming to them from a dragon. And there wouldn't be much you could do to stop it. So that would be really cool. Okay, that's it. I don't really have anyone to tag. Most of the channels I watch are already doing this. So I hope that was entertaining in some way. Hopefully it answered the questions. Thanks again to Michael K. Vaughn for tagging me. And I will see you guys next week.